r/ask Reddit. Which type of tattoo makes you cringe the most? A defendant in the courtroom I clerked in during law school had homicide tattooed on his face, over his eyebrow. Not a great look. Couple tattoos like portraits or names. Mostly when they proudly tell you it's because they've been together for 5 months and just know they stay together forever. The more it a couple does to prove they're gonna be together happy forever, the less I believe they're gonna be together happy forever. In high school, we always joked about the art class curse where, the moment some pool, love-struck girl decides to paint a picture of her and her boyfriend, they're guaranteed to break up less than 2 months later. In music circles we called it the duet curse. Knew of a guy once who had dubstep tattooed on his chest in very large letters. He also insisted that dubstep was the future of music and was here to stay. I don't know the exact English word, but in German it's called ass antlers. I'm not sure what it's actually supposed to represent, but it kind of looks like you've got a deer tossing your salad inside your pants. While I like this interpretation, I'm pretty sure it's their word for a tramp stamp. I think I like ass antlers better than tramp stamp. Nothing says I've been to prison for cooking meth in my trailer like a Joker neck or face tattoo. I knew a guy who got a green question mark because his name was Morris and because of that song. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I am a comic book fan and told him that's the Riddler symbol. The Joker symbol, if any, is the Joker's face. He hung his head and was like, yeah, I know. No regrets. In my country if you have a clown tattooed it means you are a cop killer. What country? Brazil. Lips on the neck. I get it. You're a gangster with an attitude problem and probably want to fight. Come to New Mexico. You'll see this so goddamn much, on both men and women, that you'll get used to it and it'll stop bothering you. I once stood in line behind a lady who had, like, the bad tattoo parade going from the nape of her neck. She had only God can judge me, something in Asian characters, and an ugly, faded, poorly drawn crucifix. Only God is allowed to judge her, bruh. Better delete this. Sayings, especially ones that span multiple limbs, areas. I was in the army with a guy from Texas that thought he was hard as woodpecker lips. Had cowboy the frick up tattooed across his forearms, ostensibly so if he put his fists up to fight you, you would read it and, I don't know, be scared or something? He never got in any fights that I know of, but due to the size he wanted it and itty planning. One arm said cowboy and the other arm simply read frick up. And he immediately became known as Cowboy, the frick up. Edited to add. Dumbass PV2 Waldo get me my first gold award lol thanks stranger. It took me a minute to realize that it was supposed to be about being a badass and not cowboy, the frick up. After being around some of the younger guys from my husband's units the latter seemed pretty plausible. Thought he was as hard as woodpecker lips, bah harder that's a new one. Not safe for work tattoos. Like it's cool that you really love your girlfriend's PP, or that you want to showcase a ginormous imaginary dong you have. But the rest of us don't really want to see that. To be fair though, I haven't really seen these much in person. Mostly online. My ex, 6 months after we broke up, got a tattoo of me tied up shibari style on his lower arm and sent it to me. The last conversation we had while we were together was about going to a shibari class. This is an educated man who works in an office and will never be able to roll his shirt sleeves up. That would make me change my name, dye my hair, and move to a different state all on the same day, and get a restraining order. Armpit pussies. It's when someone gets 2 women's legs tattooed around their armpit hair. Yes. Today I learned this is a thing and people are capable of being even trashier than I thought. Those creepy faces of babies, which look like there's a little demon on your body. Baby face are so hard to get right. They don't have the same proportions as adults. Even drawings of babies are creepy 9 out of 10 times. Baby face are so hard to get right. Even for parents. When I was in college my friend was talking to some girl he worked with and she brought her very unattractive, trashy, older friend. The friend had a tattoo on her shoulder of her face. I said you must really like E.T. T. That movie scared it out of me as a child. I was being honest. I thought it was E.T. It turns out that it was her daughter. Her daughter looked just like E.T. This why we learn to act dumb and ask who's that? Even if we think we know. I too have commented and had it backfire. Who's that? My baby. Holy it, I thought it was E.T. Just saw a couple of days ago a writing on some dude. Canna isn't rich, just as I wrote it. He's just expressing support for his friend Canna. She might not be a saint, but she isn't rich. That stupid cliche thing that says life one way and death the other. Ambigram. Whoa Black Betty. When I was 15 I was hanging out with a group of friends and we get a phone call from our weed guy and says he's doing tattoos for $20 in his basement. There were 6 of us and the car only fit 5. And I said you guys are stupid if you think you're going to get a good tattoo from this guy. One guy got love on one wrist and hate on the other and it looked like a child wrote it. Another guy got a Celtic cross on his arm that looked like it. Another got a word written on his side across his ribs and the tattoo artist told him to keep his arm stretched up high while he was doing it. Now when he puts his arm down the word gets squished together. Somehow they still thought they were so frickin' cool afterwards and showed them to everyone at school while everyone made fun of them. The love-hate guy kept them pretty private and is also the only one of them that's a good person lol. People get that on their wrist? I thought love-hate was a knuckle job. One my sister did for a guy on his arm of a juice carton with a pussy on the side saying pussy juice edit. If I remember correctly it also had a droplet coming out the end of the straw. Right? Who uses a straw when you can just drink from the tap? Save the turtles. Had a lady come into the store I was working in with a big neck tattoo that said daddy's girl. May have been the most shocking one I've ever seen. I was in line behind a guy who had a tattoo on his neck of 2 obese, naked cartoon women going at it, tongues hanging out, flying sweat drops, the works. What else is he supposed to jerk off to? It's on his neck. It's more of a public service than a personal use thing. Know a girl who tattooed her firstborn's name as a tramp stamp. Not what I would want someone to be looking at while tagging from behind. A reminder that she's ovulating and that you are making a significant commitment. The more I think about it, the more genius it becomes. Ultimate birth control. I know a girl who got her deceased father's face as a tramp stamp. My buddy said that when he was hitting it from behind that it was the most awkward thing ever. That might have been my aunt OMFG. Stop everything you're all doing and let's get to the bottom of this. Any tattoos like name plus name together forever, because if that relationship goes down and the two break up, that is gonna be awkward. My first tattoo I went to get my daughter's name and her birthday. The guy tried so hard to talk me out of it and I couldn't understand why. He goes man, a name and date is just gonna turn into a bad memory one day. And then I realized he thought this was a girlfriend or something. Told him it was my kid and he goes oh. Alright, let me go get set up. More related story. My daughter's mum, ex, has my name tattooed on her wrist and I laugh to myself every time I see her. FAQs. He thought you were dating a child? No, I can't imagine. Probably figured it was an anniversary or just didn't look to see what the date actually was. It's sweet that he tried to save you. It's super common for decent artists to try and talk people out of tattoos like that. They know it will very likely be a huge regret one day. So true. When I was young and very new to the tattoo world, I went to my artist with an idea and he said I could do that, but it won't look any good and won't hold up well. What if we do this variation? And I was very happy with that. I'm a tattoo artist. Had a regular come into the shop. He was an older swinger type and my co-worker tattooed him. He got Pinocchio tattooed above his junk with his peanuts as the nose, and script that said lie to me. I try not to judge tattoos, but I figured you'd all appreciate this one. I dunno. But his nose only grows when he tells the lie, not when he hears someone else lie. He didn't then ask for SpongeBob and Patrick on the balls, did he? I know some who saw a guy get the same thing. Barbed wire around the arm that doesn't even go all the way, because it hurt too bad. How else would you let everyone know that you lifted weights in 1996? That and tribal tattoos on your delts. Grandpa, what tribe are you in? Well, I'm in the tribe of guys who had $60 in the mid 90s. We're a massive tribe, we've nearly conquered LA fitness. Me reading these replies to see if any of my tattoos are on here. Right? So far I haven't seen my tattoos on here yet and feel alright, huh? I doubt you have any pussy juice tattoos, so you're probably golden, lol. Congrats, you've made it to the end. You're a beast. Like and subscribe for more r/ask Reddit content. It's free, so why not just do it?